Hello guys, and welcome back to the series. Today, in the last episode, we decorated the inside of our house and added a couple lanterns on the outside, nothing too fancy. Today we're going to do something not too fancy either. We're basically going to be doing some outside decorating. Now, the thing about outside decorating is that it's going to revolve around bushes and flowers. So you can see down there that I've got a bunch of oak saplings planted. We're kind of waiting for them to grow. One of them grew already. I have this little pillar I'm standing on because I didn't cap those oak saplings, so it's quite possible that a huge one might appear. And so this way we have this tower we can climb to just get on top of the leaves and gather them all. I've got some shears in my inventory all ready to gather up all those leaves. I've got plenty more oak saplings, so they won't be a problem. And yeah, once they all grow, we'll be able to get all those leaves that we'll then be able to place down to look like bushes, basically. And that's pretty much about it. We're also going to work on a path going to Villager Town. And what we're going to do with this path is we're going to isolate it so mobs can't get into the path. And so this way we'll have a nice clear, how shall I say this? A nice clear path to Villager Town. Let's get to harvesting. All those beautiful leaves. Damn it. And we've pretty much already gone through a pair of shears, but that's alright. Let's dispose of all this wood. If you don't have coal, if you're just starting out, this is a pretty good way to make charcoal. You just shove the logs in a furnace or something. So I'm taking them down because it'll just leave more space for leaves to grow. I'm filling one over there to fill up that space. So let's see, we could just have something like this. And so this is a pretty decent looking bush over here. I think we're going to actually extend it a little more on this side, so possibly like this. Let's look at it. Okay, so we've got the beginning of something interesting. And I'm actually going to put another over here. So let's look at it again. Okay, we've got our first bush. Looks decent. Probably gonna have one in this corner too. I think it'll look okay. So let's see. One, then 1, 2. So like this, maybe? And then something like that. That doesn't look too bad. You see, it adds some green to our terrain, which will fill up the big empty spaces that we don't quite know what to do with. So I'm thinking another one over here. That's what I'm feeling. There we go. So like this, probably. I kind of want it to sort of be a bit more in your face. Whoops, that's not what I meant to do. So possibly like so. That's not too bad. I think it needs another one right there. And maybe like this. Okay, that's not bad. So we're basically going to go along the outside. I'm thinking that over here we'll actually have some crops. So let's just use the bushes to basically just give some contrast to what we're doing here. So I'm thinking this one will go along the fence for a bit and possibly do that. Let's look at it. It's not a bad shape. Thinking it needs one over here and possibly bring it around a bit more, so like that. Nope. Instead, I'm gonna have one here and get rid of this one. Whoops. Okay. And I think we'll actually bring it over to this side so it goes around the lake like this. And now we do that, I think. Let's look at it. It's not bad. I think it needs one in front over here. And that should do it. I don't mind that. I think we'll have it go right along the edge of this little lake over here. So that's not too bad. I'm thinking another one over here to smooth that that space. Although this one will be smaller, so let's say 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 2 behind them. Let's look at it. I want it to curve a little, so we're going to do this and possibly like that. Let's look at it again. Okay, so it's not going to be as small as I thought. Okay, well, let's take away this one, see how that looks. Okay, that's not bad. Alright, so you can see that we already have a lot more green in our terrain. So we got a lot of grass over here. We're probably going to use our shovel to make a couple paths. So let's see. We're going to start with a diagonal. Okay. Whoops. It's not what I meant to do. I think we're gonna have to wait for it to turn to grass now. Yep. But so that was easy. And so let's see. That looks like a decent pathway. I'm gonna say that, this. Okay, so we've got the old path over here. I think I'm gonna have it do it like this. Any resemblance to Tetris is purely coincidental. And so let's say that it goes like that. And then we'll just keep adjusting to have it look like what we want. So I'm thinking we're going to connect this path to this little beach area because, and I'm not sure if I said this before, but I want this to be a field, so with crops and stuff. So let's have it like this, and like that, I believe. Okay, so that looks like a nice little path. I'm thinking we'll grow some trees. I'm thinking a tree over here will look pretty good. I think I'm going to use oak fencing. Now the reason that is so big is because I don't want the fences connecting to the actual tree, you know? Now one thing we could do is just have the fence corners, and so maybe this will look a bit better for a sort of tree enclosure thing. Yeah, I kind of like that. Yeah. One thing that I did decide just now is that this block is going to be pathway and this is going to be grass. So, like that. And the grass will eventually spread over. It's fine. Oh. Okay, so we'll have to wait for that tree to grow. But as you can see, the back area of our place over here is already starting to look a little better. Now what I think we'll add is some 2 high plants and possibly some small yellow flowers if we've got any. If we don't, we can always bone meal until we get them, because those grow everywhere, pretty sure. And we don't have them, but we do. Oh yeah, we do. Got some dandelions. And along with the dandelions, we're going to take something else. I'm just not sure what yet. I'm thinking some lilacs. Now the rose bushes, they get like, they're really in your face. So we're probably just going to have some rose bushes here and there, very sparsely. And we're mostly going to use peony and lilac because they're not very aggressive. They'll fit in well with stuff. So we're going to go around here and let's see. Maybe some peony over there. Doesn't look bad. Lilac over on this side. So I'm thinking here and not there, but maybe like this. So we've got two lilacs relatively close together. Maybe not here, but there. Okay, that's not bad. And I'm thinking another lilac on this side, maybe close to the cow pen. Okay. And now some peony somewhere over here, if I can get down there. So let's see. Maybe over here on this side of the cow pen. Okay, see, it's starting to look pretty. It's starting to look pretty. So let's just keep going. I'm thinking because we used more lilac than peony on this side, we're gonna use more peony than lilac on this side. This tree really did turn out pretty big. I like it. That went better than we could have hoped. So I'm thinking we just fill up this area of it a little bit because it looks a little barren. So let's get back here. Let me just do that. Okay, let's look around again. Yep, I think we're gonna pretty much leave this tree as is, like that. I think it works. It maybe comes a little too far up here, but I don't think we're gonna mess with it. It looks decent. I want a fun wooden structure going over this thing. There. Let's see how it looks from a distance. It's not too bad. It's like a nice little overhanging thingy. And now we're going to place our lights. And there we go, guys. We've decorated our outside area. We've got a nice place for our crops, and I'd say this whole operation is starting to come together. Let's just take one last look at it from a distance. I mean, it looks okay. Kind of looks like a greenhouse type structure. We've got some lights to make our crops pop out a bit. A little more decoration around the lake. Got some bushes, a nice tree. And our farm is starting to come together. Well, this kind of looks like it connects to the chicken coop, which is a shame. But, you know, what can you do? You work with the space you have, and this is all the space I got for myself. So there we go. This doesn't look too bad to me. We might... if I had the patience, I would probably leave a bit more space between this and the chicken coop. But other than that, I think we've made a half-decent looking structure for our crops. The old tree over there, I like it. Some bushes, some lilac, some peony. And yeah, our property is starting to look pretty good. This might just be its final form. I'm probably still gonna mess with a little terrain over here. Possibly bring it down a little and place some flowers and bushes and stuff. But other than that, it's starting to look pretty good. Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed this episode of A Constantiam Adventure, and I'll catch you next time.